Hello students, today's class is for class 12 and our topic is solution. So in the first class I have explained the different types of solutions and the dissolution of gas in liquid, okay, and the factors that are affecting the solubility of gases in liquids. So in today's class we will discuss about the pressure effect term, that is the pressure effect term in the dissolution of gases in liquids was explained by Henry. Okay, so today we will first discuss the Henry's law. So our topic is Henry's law. Okay, so according to Henry's law, the extent of dissolution of a gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the pressure exerted. Okay, it's directly proportional to the pressure exerted. So we can write as the solubility of a gas in a liquid. We are writing the statement of Henry's law. Okay, so the statement is the solubility of a gas in a liquid, the solubility of a gas in a liquid at constant temperature is directly proportional at constant temperature is directly proportional to what? To the pressure. Okay, to the pressure. So directly proportional to the pressure of the gas, proportional to the pressure of the gas when the gas exists in equilibrium state of the gas in equilibrium with its solution. Okay, in equilibrium with its solution. So this is the statement of Henry's law, that the solubility of a gas in a liquid at constant temperature, pressure should be constant, as with varying temperature the solubility changes. Okay, so when we are considering the solubility with respect to pressure, the other parameter, that is the temperature parameter, should be constant. Okay, so the solubility of a gas in a liquid at constant temperature is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas when the gas exists in equilibrium state with its solution. Okay, so there are two conditions, that is the state should be in, that is the solution should be in equilibrium state with the gas and the temperature should be constant, as we are considering the pressure term. Okay, now if we consider this solubility with respect to mole fraction, okay, suppose we are writing the solubility in terms of mole fraction, then what will be the mathematical form of Henry's law? So after the statement, we are writing the mathematical form of Henry's law as, if P is the pressure, if P is the pressure of the gas and X is the mole fraction, okay, mole fraction of the dissolved gas, okay, the gas that has dissolved in the solution has a mole fraction X, that means it will be proportional to the pressure term. Pressure is directly proportional to the solubility and we are taking the solubility in terms of mole fraction. Okay, so we can write, that is then X proportional to P. Okay, X proportional to P, or we can also write P proportional to X, and then we are eliminating this proportionality equation, proportionality sign, and giving the proportionality constant. Kh is the proportionality constant, Kh into X. Now this Kh is termed as Henry's law constant. It is termed as Henry's law constant. Okay. So this is the mathematical form of Henry's law. After the statement, we have to derive the mathematical form of Henry's law, and this is the Henry's law constant. Now, what will be the unit of this constant? What will be the unit of this constant? So we can get the unit of this constant from the expression of this mathematical expression. So we are writing from here, that is Kh equal to P by X. Now mole fraction is represented as X equal to N1 by N1 plus N2. Okay, so that is the ratio actually, and it is unitless. Okay, mole fraction has no unit. Okay, has no unit. But pressure has a unit, suppose atmosphere. So the unit of Henry's law constant is equal to the unit of pressure. So if I am writing the pressure unit as atmosphere, so unit of Kh will be, that is Henry's law constant will be, it will be also atmosphere. Now you will say that why we are taking the mole fraction solubility in terms of mole fraction. We can also take the solubility in terms of other parameters like molarity. Okay, solubility can be expressed in terms of molarity and as well as in terms of mole fraction. So we have taken as in terms of mole fraction and the unit is atmosphere. So what happens when we are taking the solubility in terms of molarity? So take as a molarity. In that case, molarity will be proportional to pressure. So if solubility is expressed in terms of molarity, and I am writing the molarity as C. Okay, then we can write that is C proportional to P, such as X proportional to P, then it will be C proportional to P, and C equal to Kh by P again, and hence Kh becomes C by P. Now what is the unit of molarity? The unit of molarity is moles per liter, the number of moles dissolved in 1 liter of the solution. Okay, so the unit of molarity is mole per liter. So when we are putting mole per liter, that is mole liter inverse we can write, and here pressure is atmosphere. So the unit of Kh becomes see here mole liter inverse atmosphere inverse. So mole liter inverse atmosphere inverse. So this is the unit of Kh when we are taking the solubility in terms of molarity, and this is the unit when we are taking in terms of mole fraction. So these are the 2 unit and 2 factors. Now upon which parameters or what are the factors that are affecting the Henry's law constant Kh. Okay, so Henry's law constant Kh depends upon the first factor is nature of the gas. Okay, first factor is nature of the gas, and second factor obviously will be nature of the solvent. So second factor is nature of the solvent, and obviously Henry's law constant also depends on temperature. As solubility depends on temperature, so Henry's law constant will also depend on temperature. Okay, so the third factor is temperature. It will also depend on temperature. So there are some factors that are affecting the Henry's law constant. Now, Henry's law will not be valid in some cases. Okay, there are some factors that are not applicable. There are some factors that are not applicable for Henry's law. So, we'll study when actually the Henry's law is applicable. So, there are some restrictions for Henry's law, and what are those restrictions? So, we can give heading as Henry's law will not be applicable. Henry's law will not be applicable. Will not be applicable when the first point is, I have said in the solution, when we are making solution, some gases undergo ionization like HCl gas. So that gases that are going ionization in the solvent, in that case Henry's law will not be applicable. So gases that undergo ionization in solvent, so Henry's law will not be applicable for, first is gases that undergo ionization in solvent. Second factor is gases that are undergoing association. If they are undergoing dissociation, that is ionization, they can also undergo association. So we can also write gases undergoing association. So any association or dissociation will be strictly restricted in case of Henry's law. Henry's law will not be applicable. And the third factor is like ammonia gas, when the gas is reacting with the solvent, it should not react. It will only be dissolved in the solvent. It will not react according to Henry's law. So for ammonia, for gases like ammonia, so for gases like ammonia which reacts with solvent. So if the gas is undergoing dissociation or association or any reaction with the solvent, then Henry's law will not be applicable. Okay. So this is the total Henry's law and some factors that are affecting Henry's law. So in the next class we will discuss about ideal solution, non-ideal solution, and in that respect Raoult's law. Okay.